Hey everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. This is just going to be a little travel day video. Hopefully by the time you watch this video, I will have already landed in Costa Rica and I'll be at my new home. But anyhow, this is just going to be a little quick one. I'm running around trying to finish up some errands before I fly out tomorrow. And I went to Walmart this morning to get a few last minute things. And there was this guy, I went to check out and there was this guy in the line behind me. And I just, I glanced back and I noticed this brother didn't have legs from about, and we talking high up. He double amputee, probably high thigh. Now, I didn't jump to any conclusion. I just said, well, that's, you never know quite exactly how to react right then. Well, but the number one thing that I try to never do is I don't ever pity a man if a man doesn't pity himself. So I didn't think that much of it, I turned around, I'm doing my business, and I'm waiting for the lady in front of me. And I hear these guys behind me, he's got a couple of friends with him, and they're, as always is, there's magazines on the rack on the checkout, and there's like some college football stuff. And, I'm in the state of Alabama. The University of Alabama is pretty big here. And they get talking about it, and one of his friends asked him, "Oh man, you seen this running back? He's a big guy. He's going to be as good as so and so." I didn't know who all the people were they were talking about. And this guy was engaging. He was looking at the magazine. He knew Alabama football. He was just I was listening, kind of eavesdropping on their conversation, not on the particulars, but just the tone of the conversation. And this guy, like he's a happy guy. And he's interacting with his friends, he's cutting up, they're joking with each other, and he just seemed to be a real upbeat guy. Well, like I say, I don't know the guy, I don't know what his real life is, I don't know if this is a normal thing or not, or whatever. But as I was leaving, and I kind of found like this was telling a little bit, I turned around for a second, and I had bought this thing, I don't know if they're kind of old school, like an ab wheel, an ab roller. I had one like 25, 30 years ago, picked it up for $8. And it's a good way. It's a good addition to the core. Well, anyway, as I'm walking away, he says, "Hey," I turn around and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You really gonna use that thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I had one like 25 years ago," and I said, "It's old school and it works." I said, "I'm gonna use it." And he's going, "Go." He said, "You should." He says, I have one. I use it." So I guess, he keeps himself kind of strong. But the point being is this guy, he didn't seem bitter. He had a smile on his face. He interacted with people around him. He interacted with his friends. He seemed to me, everything I could tell in, a 5-minute interaction, that he was living his life and he was making the best out of his situation. So that's the kind of reason sometimes, I am a little bit tough. I don't like whining. I don't like little people bitching about little problems that are basically, not really that consequential. So, that's just a little bit of lesson in life. Life is what we make out of it. No matter how bad our circumstances are, we can probably always make it better or worse by the attitude and the way we look at it. So just think about that. The next time, and I do too. I'm not perfect. I try to share lessons that I'm trying to teach myself, that I'm trying to learn myself. I catch myself all the time pissing and moaning about some of the smallest things. The difference is I've developed an awareness. I catch it pretty quick. I let it go and I laugh at myself. Because you know what, that's all we can do, no matter what situation you're in, no matter how bad it is, and it can be bad maybe, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that are in worse situations than this guy, but it ain't gonna make it any better if you ain't got something positive going on up there about it. So anyhow, just a little blah 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 Jack Philosophy 101 on a travel day. Might do one more video here this afternoon just to make sure I've got videos for a couple of days, because not sure I'm exactly the internet situation I'm walking back to. But love you guys as always. Hope the bird stays in the air. If the bird goes down, I'm all right with it. I'll just move on to another plane. Peace, my friends.